So far in this section, we have basically just been printing out our formatted prompts. That's not so much fun. We need to pass them to LLMs and actually see what they give us. So in this video, we're going to see how to use a prompt, prompt template, format it, and then pass it to an LLM. Let's go. So first, let's get it out of the way. I'm going to create a new file, 0206. I'm going to say with models.go. That's good. Models.go, let's do package main, func, we say working, prompts with models, prompts with models. That's good. Let's simply copy this and make it our example. 0206. Awesome. Now let's go back to the main file. And what we're going to be doing in this demo is that we're going to be taking our, I think that was the very first prompt we wrote about poems or content type about the subject. Yeah, we're going to be taking this prompt template and we're going to be using it with an LLM. So I'm just going to copy this so we have the prompt template. You don't have to watch me type the prompt template all over again. Let's close out of this. I'm going to bring this in here. So with this in place, we can then start working with our model. Now, the model we're going to be using for this demo is the OpenAI model. We're going to be using the OpenAI integration, and we're going to be using the GPT-4o model specifically. So let's begin. The first thing we're going to do is create a context. Let me just call that CTX. I'm going to create a context, and that will be context.background. And this is needed because of the asynchronous operation that we're going to be running by calling our LLM providers API. So once we have that in place, I'm going to create a new instance of my LLM. In the next section, we're going to be doing a deep dive on chat models, so you don't need to worry about how this is constructed right now. So we say OpenAI.new. And because I want to use the GPT-4 model, I'm going to be using an OpenAI configuration parameter, which is OpenAI.withModel. And here I can pass in the exact model I want to use, which is GPT-4o. So the trailing comma. So we save that, and as you can see here, we now have context and OpenAI brought in. Let's go down. The next thing we want to do is to get our actual prompt. And this will be gotten by taking this template and formatting it with this input. So our template says, write a content type about subject. It expects the content type and subject properties. And in this input, we have passed both in. So let's just simply say prompt. Let's silence the error that is going to come from the format operation. And we're simply going to take our simple template called format function on it and pass in our template input. That will give us our prompt. That will give us our string prompt. So now how do we combine all these guys? My LLM, context, and our prompt. To do that, we're going to be using the LLMs package. The LLMs package. Now, the LLMs package, we're going to be seeing more of it in the next section. It is the package that really helps us to work with all our LLM integrations, whether it's OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, any operation that we want to perform with these LLMs, any configuration that we want to provide to these LLMs, this is the package that will help us do that. Now, this package has a generate, I'll call that again. That's a generate from single prompt method that is used to send a prompt to an LLM and get a response back. This takes 3 arguments. First is our context. The second is our LLM, which is my LLM. And the third is our prompt. So it takes context, LLM, and prompt in that order. And it will return a response from our model, which is a string response. and an error object. Let's not silence that here. Let us have it in place so that we can check for errors. So we can simply take that error and check if it's not nil so that we can log it. So this is going to generate a response from our LLM, and our context object is going to manage that remote interaction. So we can then take our response and print it out. So we've taken our template, given it an input, formatted it, because you need to format it to pass it to your function that is going to make the request to the LLM. So format it, pass it to our LLM, and display the response. Let us run that and see what we get. I'm going to open up a command line. Now, because we're using OpenAI, we have to make sure that the OpenAI API key is set. Like I said, the way you can do that is to set it in the current session, at least for this demo, by doing export OpenAI API. That's OpenAI underscore API underscore key. That's the environment variable. That's the standard environment variable you need to set. So you set it equal and you set it to the value of the API key, the one that you got from the OpenAI dashboard. Now, I think we should still have it in session. So I'm just going to try and echo it out. Just echo this. Oh, it's no longer in session. So I'm just going to grab that and bring it back here. So once again, let us say export OpenAI API key and set is equal to our OpenAI API key. And now if we run the echo command again, yeah, we have our key back in session. So now we can run this example by saying go run main.go. Then we go give it our 0206 file, which is with models. Hit enter, have our latency, calling the API, waiting for a response. A poem about cats should be up in any minute. And there we have it. So yeah, that's longer than I expected. In the quiet corners of the night, where moonbeams cast their silver lights, a shadow moves with graceful ease, a feline spirit, wild and free, with eyes like lanterns, bright and bold, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've been able to take a prompt, give it to a model, and now we're generating real-time results from the OpenAI GPT-4o model. How amazing is that? So this is how you work with prompts and models, at least for simple prompt response commands. Later in the course, we're going to be seeing conversations and even agents. So yeah, those are going to be some more complicated operations with the LLM. But this is a simple, you have a question, you have a task, you ask it, you get a response, you're good. This shows you how to do that.